Hey everybody, it's Dave Juno, the Meniere's Disease Warrior. How y'all doing? I'm doing okay for Thursday. I mean, if you can tell, my eyes are a little weird, but maybe I'm getting a third cold for the third. Maybe I'm getting another cold, third one since school started in August. My grandkids bring everything home. They're germ factories, or that's what I call them. Uh, but I really wanted to talk about today, since I've been on this research kick about drugs, and I got another one coming up about prednisone, because these are all common things that people are talking about or people take. So it's probably a good thing to start doing, um, to have in the library type of thing. So today we're talking about Meclizine, okay? Because a lot of doctors prescribe Meclizine as a first thing for vertigo. And it's called, the name of it is Meclizine hydrochloride, is what it is. And it's an antiemetic, okay? And we all know what it's supposed to do. It helps prevent nausea, dizziness, vomiting, vertigo. The Meclizine is supposed to be a less drowsy formula, but it can still make you tired. Um, that's what the Meclizine is. Like, you could take Dramamine. I don't know what Dramamine actually is called. I could look that up. But what the medical name is it for it? But like Dramamine, the original Dramamine that usually would knock you out. This supposedly doesn't knock you out as much. So we all know about Meclizine and what it does and how it what it prevents. So it's also known as Bonine Antivert, CVS brand, sold over the counter. You don't need a script for it. You can get a script for it, but it might be cheaper buying it over the counter. This is the CVS brand. Walgreens has it. Rite Aid has it. Walmart has it, cheap. Their own brands. So you can get it over the counter. It's a first generation histamine antagonist, which basically means antihistamine. And that's what it really is. It's antihistamine. It's supposed to reduce histamine builds up and can build fluid up, and that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to reduce that in your cochlea, or in your body, really. So it's first generation. You can get it over the counter. We said that. Side effects. These are the four main ones. There's four main ones, and I'll talk some about the other ones. I didn't want to mention the other ones because some of them are like bizarre, but dry mouth, drowsiness, headache, and our favorite, vomiting. Something that's supposed to prevent vomiting. It can make you vomit. Okay, but that's there's a lot of medications out there that dizziness is a side effect. I'm not saying every single one. I'm saying a lot of them. Some of the other ones were rash, hives, your lips, your mouth, your throat, which if that's happening, lips, mouth, throat, you want to get to an ER. But those were some of the other ones, as well as like diarrhea and some other things about it. Now, I do take this from time to time, but what I do with Meclizine is I kind of rotate. Okay, if I get to that point, because my first round of attack is I take a nap. I go lay down and fall asleep. I don't generally reach for the meds too much anymore. Now, if I wake up and I still feel crappy and still having vertigo and stuff like that, oh yeah, I go for this. Or I go for, what I really do is I rotate. One time I'll take this and then go back and lie down. Another time I'll take my Valium and go back and lie down. And sometimes I will take a Benadryl and go back and lie down. And the reason for all of that is so my body doesn't get used to one thing. Because usually starting now through, the end of winter, I'm constant. I get a lot of attacks. So my body won't get used to one med. I will rotate. Okay? But that's just me. And that's also the thing I want to get across. I'm not telling people to run out and buy Meclizine because it helps me. I'm telling you some of the side effects, my experience with it, and stuff like that. Because Meclizine is not going to work for everybody. It's just like what I said yesterday about the epsilon. Probably not going to work for everybody. And the beta histine video, there was a lot of people who said it didn't work for them. So, you know, I'm trying to get people into a reality, because there's a lot of people that saying my life's been changed because of beta histine, and that's great, but it doesn't mean it's going to work for other people. So we got to kind of get into that thing and say, well, it works for me, but it doesn't mean it's going to work for you, but you could try it. Okay, it's the same thing with the TMD. It's actually TMD, I was told, not TMJ anymore. But the TMD, yeah, is it people with Meniere's disease that have TMD? Sure is. Is Meniere's disease misdiagnosed as TMJ or what they call it, TMD? I'm sure in some cases, but not 80%. So yeah, these things happen. It's part of being, it's part of being a doctor, being in that research and all that stuff, because it's not it's not an exact science, right? There's a lot of guessing with the human body. Everybody's different. Even though we, have 10 fingers, 10 toes, 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth. Some of us are bald, some of us aren't. And the color of our skin is different in some cases. In a lot of cases, we're all the same, but we're all different. So it happens. And some people don't want you to believe that. Some people want you to believe the way they believe, and I want you to believe in what you believe in, not what I'm telling you to believe in. I would never do that. But yeah, that's the Meclizine. There's not really a lot. I take it, and my stomach will stop hurting within 20 minutes. And within that 20 minutes, the dizziness and the vertigo seem to subside. Does seem to calm me down a little bit. Not fall asleep, but it's easier for me to fall asleep. But it doesn't put me out like a Benadryl would, or like Ambien. It won't put me out like that, but it'll make me drowsy enough that I'll want to go to sleep and probably will fall asleep. But that's just me. But when I take this, like it says don't operate vehicles or heavy machinery. Well, taking this, I don't get in the car and go. Oh, I'll pop this and then let me go somewhere. No. If I got to do that, then my wife drives or someone else drives. I won't get behind the wheel because, what happens? You drive down the street. No, not me. I've done that before. I've fallen asleep behind the wheel before. It's not fun. So, and you can get this in, the pill form where you can swallow it. You can get it in chewable, which is really want to chew it all up and then swallow it, not chew, swallow, chew, swallow, chew, swallow. Or this one is my wife found, and I never saw it before. It's called fast melting. You stick it on your tongue, and within like 10 seconds, it's gone. Which is a good way because it gets right into your blood system right away. So that's a good way of taking it. So I kind of like this. I've taken this a couple of times, and yeah, I felt relief like within minutes. But like I said, it works for me. The other thing I want to talk about with this too is because there is this thing that goes around saying if you take Meclizine, it can cause dementia. It's half right, but it's in elderly patients. Like if you're 70 years old, don't take Meclizine because it can bring on dementia. But if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, maybe early 60s, it's not going to bother you. It won't give you dementia. A lot of times we get that brain fog where we forget stuff. It isn't from Meclizine. It's from our brains working so hard, that we tend to forget what we're doing. Or we, what was it the other day? I went to grab my keys and I grabbed the toothpaste and tried to start my car. Why'd I do that? I don't know. All I know is I came back in the house and my wife's like, what you doing with the toothpaste? I thought it was my keys. I went in the bathroom and got them in the bathroom, grabbed them and went outside. I'm a nut. I'm crazy. So yeah, that's a dementia thing, and a lot of people mention that. Oh, don't take Meclizine; it'll make you dementia, give you dementia. But I'm sure if you took enough of it, like it's really Meclizine should really be used as a rescue drug, should not be used as an everyday thing. Probably more in lines because of that. Maybe if you use it every day and 3 times a day, like some doctors prescribe it, like they do with beta histine, maybe Meclizine will eventually make you have dementia. That's possible. But for a rescue med, no. And that's how it should be used. Okay? It really should be used that way. It's not beta histine. You know? Yeah, take it. I mean, people do take it before they go on a boat or on a long car ride or something that's going to give them motion sickness. They'll take it beforehand, which is probably a good thing. But it's not probably a good thing to take it every day. Okay? And that's the other reason why I do rotate between Meclizine, Valium, Benadryl, and vice versa. So that's it for Meclizine. It's not a lot. We all take it. I mean, we've all tried it for the most part. Someone's going to say, well, I never did. Well, okay. I don't know how you want me to answer that. But most of us have tried it. Some of us it's worked for. Others it hasn't. And some are afraid of side effects. And I don't blame them either. There's a lot of stuff that that has side effects that you wouldn't believe. Like, what was it, Humira? Can give you lymphoma. It's like, okay, I'll take Humira, and then I'll get lymphoma, and have to go chemotherapy. That's another thing with this. If you are going through chemotherapy, you don't want to take this. Pregnant, you don't want it, just like beta histine. You don't want to take it. It gets in the baby's milk, and then it can hurt the baby. So yeah, you don't want to take it as well. But that's it for Meclizine, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you see, please hit subscribe, and I will talk to you all soon. Take care.